The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Oh, yes, another episode of The Commercial Break.
Things are a little crazy right there.
That's what's going on there just for a second. Sorry about that. Sorry we didn't come in on cue. We didn't hit the post, as they say. Welcome to another episode of The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is Kristen Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there in the podcast universe. Here we are once again. I think I told you in an episode or two ago that I have been having this reoccurring dream. I say it's reoccurring. It's happened. I think like 3 separate times I've had Alanis Morissette in my dream.
I know.
It's so weird. And I think I understand. Like sometimes my dreams are vivid and sometimes they're not. I'm sure that for most people who remember their dreams, this is how it happens. Sometimes you remember and they're really vivid, and then other times you just don't even, nothing. You go to sleep, you wake up.
Right. Very true.
And I know some people who don't dream at all, or that's what they say.
Oh.
Like, I've never had a dream in my life. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It seems strange.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably true, right?
Maybe just the way they sleep.
Yeah, and just maybe the mechanism of remembering a dream doesn't work for them. I think it has to do with my horrible habit of eating cereal late at night with cream. You know, they say sometimes like foods that are heavy will make you dream weird things.
That's true.
Have you ever heard
Yeah.
that? Like fatty foods or have something to do with something or other. Mm-hmm. So I think, I've been the last couple of weeks, Astrid buys that damn cereal. I'm not blaming Astrid. It's my fault. But Astrid buys that damn cereal. And then I see that big thing of cream in there. And I'm like, oh, my God.
It's delicious.
It's a match made in heaven. I'm on the
Yummy,
Cheerios.
yummy.
Cheerios.
Honey Nut?
No. Yeah, like the Honey Crunch thing.
Yeah.
Not Honey Nut Cheerios, because I don't like Honey Nut Cheerios. But the
I used to
Honey
love that.
Crunch. The Oat Crunch. That's what it is.
The Oat Crunch.
You know what it tastes like? O's. Do you remember O's?
Yes.
The cereal O's?
I didn't like O's.
Oh, fucking love that O's, man.
Yeah, I was a Honey Nut Cheerio girl.
Okay, so they got this. So they got this cereal, and you put a little cream. It's just fucking fantastic.
It's your
delicacy.
delicacy.
I'm saying to myself, this has got to be one of the weirdest thing. I mean, I know it's not the weirdest thing that anybody eats, but it's certainly not normal to put cream in your cereal and eat it late at night. Half and half.
I know a lot of cereal eaters late at night, but yeah, the half and half maybe taking it.
Yeah, it's taking it a little too far.
Well, it's going indulgent.
So I turned to the one place I knew I could get comfort about this, Reddit.
Reddit.
I was like, well,
yes.
I can't be the only person.
They have the answers for everything.
Yeah, well, it's not. I just wanted to
You find your tribe.
Yeah, I wanted to find
your
my
community.
tribe of strange eaters. And man, did I found it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I bet.
Are you ready for this? I read about a guy, and man, did this cause a stink on Reddit. I read about a guy who he says, by his own definition, he is addicted to drinking the water from the tuna can.
Oh.
That
wow.
is right up there with cream and cereal. It's gotta be. What a fucking strange thing to enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I put that stuff down the drain.
I know. I used to when I lost a bunch of weight, the reason why I lost weight is because I ate 3 things, and 3 things only every single day. Even sometimes when I went out to eat, I would refuse to go out. I would refuse to eat their food. I would go back home and eat my food.
Okay.
In the morning, I would have shredded wheat. 2 shredded wheats, like 2 big shredded wheats.
God, I hate that stuff.
I know. So it was. By the way, I'm not a huge fan either, and I didn't even get like
because it's good for you.
I didn't even get the sweetened, like the one with the
right.
Frosting,
You just got the straight grass-fed grass.
Grass-fed fucking grass. Tastes like you're eating a box of hay. It's just like disgusting. Then I'd put a little whatchamacallit, oat milk.
Oat milk
on it.
Okay.
Right, or almond milk, one of the two.
Yeah, I like almond
and then
milk.
I'd take protein powder. And I'd put it on there. Chocolate protein powder.
Oh,
so it had
that's
a little bit of
spice it
sweetness.
up.
Yeah, spice it up a little bit. For lunch, I would have 2 cans of tuna with a dab of mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, and then I'd take some crackers and I'd eat that with
I love a good
crackers.
tuna fish salad.
Fantastic.
I make a really good one.
But the second that I put that tuna can away, the second that the tuna had left the tuna can,
Yeah.
I had to wash it out with bleach, scrub it, and put it in the
So
trash
smell.
can. And then I take the trash immediately out because I could not stand the smell of tuna in my house.
Right.
That's the last thing anybody wants to smell is tuna fucking fish.
That's correct.
Gross. The thought of drinking the juice out of the tuna can makes me sick to my stomach just talking about it.
That's a acquired taste, as they say.
This dude has never gotten laid in his life, guaranteed. Because that guy is tuna fucking breath.
Yeah, no.
Tuna farts, tuna burps, tuna breath. His skin probably smells like tuna. You can't just drink tuna can juice. That's, I mean, I feel so much better about my cream and cereal.
Yeah,
because,
yours seems very mild.
Yeah, and imagine the sodium content in tuna can
That's
juice.
true.
Because all it is salt water,
Canned,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And he says he does this like 6 or 7 times a day.
Oh, wow.
That he doesn't even eat the tuna sometimes.
Oh, my gosh.
He just throws the tuna away and drinks the tuna can juice.
Okay. That should be on your TLC show.
Welcome to Shares. What can I get you? I like a tuna can juice. Shaken, not stirred. Don't put a damn thing in it. The smellier the better. It's fucking disgusting. Man, I was listening to some good music last night, Krissy. Good music. Telling you what. I went back in the catalog. I started getting on that YouTube. You know that YouTube sucks you fucking in.
Oh, it does, yeah.
And then I popped out. I saw a music video. I popped on that video. Then it showed me another video.
Alanis Morissette.
They're really good at that algorithm.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette. And then Natalie Merchant.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that Carnival song? Mm-hmm. I've walked these streets of virtual. It seemed to me hypnotized, mesmerized by what my eyes have seen. It has a guitar solo in the middle.
Oh, yeah. It's
Loved
good.
it. And then
song.
it went to So Lonely by the Police. So lonely, so lonely, so lonely. So lonely. You know what I realized about that band? It's just Sting. That's all it is. It's just Sting. I watched them live like 6 years ago. They did a big, get together tour,
Right.
and they went around and sold out everywhere. Sting's the only one doing anything. He's singing all the songs. He's playing the fucking bass guitar. Stuart Copeland's drumming back there, but he's just a weird man. He's just like, he's got that fucking headband on like he's 13 years old. And I don't even know the guitarist's name. What's his name?
I don't know.
No one knows. You want to know why? Because it's just Sting. That's all
Right.
anybody cares about. Is the incredibly good-looking man standing there playing bass like a badass and singing all the songs. And when you hear So Lonely live, what you realize
Is he a
is
drummer too? Is Sting a drummer too?
I think Sting's in everything. I think Sting's one of those guys.
He's a man of many talents.
He's a man of many everythings.
Yes.
He can make love for 7 to 9 hours.
Right.
He's got beautiful women all around him, but he's like a
He's
perfect
muscular.
gentleman. He's
fit.
He's fit. He's good looking.
He's lean,
He's
but
like
muscular.
the guy that everyone wants to hate, but you can't
He wears
because
a necklace
he's so cool.
and it looks good.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
a dangling necklace.
A dangling necklace, and it looks good. And he has wristbands, like and he has bracelets like this, but they actually look like it means something. Right. Like he's the kind of guy when he wears a Buddhist bracelet, it looks like he actually is a Buddhist and he knows what that means. I just look like a dipshit, like a 40-year-old trying to recapture his 20-year-old youth. Like I should be at the Fish concert or something. Like fish heads.
You need the
are
Doc
80.
Martens.
Yeah.
He could wear Doc Martens.
He does wear Doc Martens and leather pants and ripped up shirts. He does it. It looks cool. He plays a bass from 1983 that's never had a string change in its life. But most people would go, yeah, that poor guy. He doesn't have a. If Sting plays it, and people get boner. Yeah, men get erections, women get wet.
Yes.
It's like, women want to love you, men adore you. He's just one of those guys. He walks in and everyone's like, oh, it's Sting. And he doesn't do anything. He, occasionally shows up and he does something and everyone's Sting. Meanwhile, the guitarist looks like he's been doing nothing but, drinking Michelob Ultra since Police broke up. The best day of his life was when Sting agreed to do the Police reunion.
Right.
Because he's like, I can use the 4 chords I know again and make some money doing it. He runs around behind Sting, playing the guitar, but he does no singing. There's no backing vocals because the backing vocals were all done by Sting.
Of course, Sting. Of course, Sting sang his own backup.
Of course he did, because he's a fucking badass and everybody else is just riding his coattails. And Stuart Copeland's a good drummer in his own right. I give it that. But the guy's wearing a headband. He's big, tall, goofy, lanky. He's playing, he plays the drums, not like a regular drummer, like holding the sticks in his hands like a regular, but he holds that one stick. Yeah. Well, he holds one regular and then one, he's got that jazz hand,
right.
like that Twinkle Toes hand, and then he's got the headband, and then he's got this big microphone, microphone attachment, and he doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything. Doesn't sing anything. It's like, so when you hear So Lonely, which is one of the great Police songs of all time, when you hear that song recorded, you're like, there's all these people in the background going, right?
And it's Sting.
Nothing. And nothing when they go live. It's like, so lonely. So, but you don't want to know why? Because Sting can't be everywhere. He's only one guy. He's human too.
We don't know that.
Fuck, man. Fuck, I want to be Sting. I don't care how old he is. How old is he? 90?
No. He's
102.
not 90. I think he's like in his 60s.
He could be 90.
Maybe
you never
70s.
know because he still looks like he's 1982.
He's you're never going to.
You see Sting on an interview
He's like
and you're
a
like,
Tom Cruise.
oh, look at that old MTV interview. No, but it's Good Morning America live. It's because he's so good looking. That's right. He's like Tom Cruise.
Who never ages weirdly.
No, but he sold his soul to Scientology.
Did. Yes,
yeah,
he did.
he's a time traveler or something.
Yes,
those,
he
people
is.
those people like believe in orc or something.
He could be a vampire.
Yeah, he went to the orc ship and
right.
the fuck, I don't know.
He rose to the highest level.
Then one of my favorites came on. This guy has not exactly a Sting. He's like the anti-Sting. He has not aged like Sting. And that's Christopher Cross's Sailing.
I love that song.
Paradise. At least it's not for me.
I love that song.
And if a wind is right, you can sail away.
Find serenity.
Yeah.
Oh,
the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see.
Hey, don't diss on Christopher Cross. I love him.
Sailing. But okay, so he sings that song. That's such a silky, smooth voice. Like if you don't,
he won like all the Grammys that year for that.
he won
album.
everything ever. Yeah, it was Christopher Cross all over the place. It was Christopher Cross year, is what it was, and everybody loved that guy. And he brought on the yacht rock, like the whole phenomenon. Is based around one man and one man only. His name is Christopher Cross, right? And he plays that guitar and just stands there. And he's a little chubby and it takes me away. And he's got that song. You know what's that song he sang with the other
Born
guy?
to Run or no? I gotta ride
like the wind, ride like the wind,
free again.
Yeah,
dun,
and I've got such a long way to
go. Make it
with Norm Macdonald, Michael McDonald.
I love Michael McDonald too.
Such a long way to go to make it to the border of Mexico. So I ride like the wind, ride like the wind. Okay, so then I get into him, and then I got to go do some research on where he is. Like, what's going on with Chris? I'm spending hours.
I just saw a CBS Sunday Morning on him like a little while back.
That's what I was watching. It was like 2020, so it was like 2 years ago when the pandemic started. And he was like, I'm just so grateful to still be doing this, what I love, and blah, blah. So he sells out these like medium-sized civic centers, basically, right? He's got this band behind him. He sounds nothing like he did back then. Yeah. Well. He's like, takes me away. And then they have these beautiful singers behind him. Because that's what you do when you get old and your voice gets shitty. You have other people sing for you.
It's the Motley Crue
thing
that we saw.
Dr. Biggin!
Wow!
Yeah, wow! Wow! It's like Eddie Vedder. And God bless Eddie Vedder. But it takes a lot of energy and effort to sing like you have a pack of cigarettes stuck in your throat.
Yes.
Right? And when he did all those songs alive and all that other stuff, and then he just toured incessantly for the entirety of the 90s and the 2000s. And he still smokes and drinks to this day.
He does.
Takes its toll. So Eddie can't hit those notes like he used to.
Right.
So he lets the crowd do it for him.
Does.
Now the crowd doesn't give a shit because they love Pearl Jam, and I love Pearl Jam and whatever. But I realize I'm one of the few people in the crowd that recognizes that what Eddie's doing, right? I think everybody else just wants to believe that he's hitting those high notes.
Right.
He's just giving it to the crowd. I can do it, but here, it's for you. You paid all that money. You do it. That's what Christopher Cross is doing. He sounds like a drunk Kermit now.
Yeah, but in his heyday, he was hot.
Oh my God, he was hot. He was the hottest thing ever. Yeah. And he only had 2 songs, but he was the hottest thing ever. He had a whole album.
It was a whole album. Yeah.
But he made Sailing sound cool. Everybody wanted to sail. Yeah. And that twinkly toes piano in the
Have you ever gone sailing?
No. I mean, in my mind, when I'm listening to that song.
I remember I did one time at like a camp. It was a camp situation, and
camp sailing.
My friend and we got out the sailboat. We were taught how to use it, how to do everything. We got out there and we flipped it.
Oh, yeah. I'm afraid to sail. I'm afraid of sailing.
I would go on one of those sailing yachts.
I think I'm going to drown.
So now what happened?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then next, this video I haven't seen in a long time. It was one of my favorites. It's at Toto's Africa, but not sung by Toto or fucking Weezer, which is an awful version of the song. I'm sorry.
I don't think I've heard the Weezer version.
Oh my God, don't bother. All the young kids got crazy over it. They were like, oh my God, this song is wonderful. It's like that was from 1982. You know, it's one of those songs that many young people don't know was recorded by someone else. Yes. That's when you know you're old. This is done by Mike Massey and Jeff Hall. They're basically cover band artists. And this video I think has amassed like 83 million views. You have to Google this, and I don't want to play it because I know I probably could get away with this one because like a cover of a song,
Yeah.
it's like a new rendition of this, but it's really true to the original version. But
I love Out of Africa.
Mike Massey, Jeff Hall, and I'll text it to you. Mm-hmm. These two are in a pizza shop, a fucking pizza shop.
Nice.
Okay, they're not even at a bar or a club. They're at a pizza shop in the middle of the day. In somewhere, Massachusetts or some shit like that. And they're in the corner. They're like in the front door. They're basically in the front hallway of this pizza shop. Like when people are coming in.
Had the
pizza
shop hired them?
I'm assuming.
Were they the parlor band?
Or they just showed up and said, hey, can we play? My wife kicked us out of the basement. Do you mind if we play? It's a pizza shop. What do I care?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. And so it's just one camera view, straight on shot, two guys, one bass, one guitar. Little tiny amplifiers next to them, microphones, right? And they do the most kick-ass rendition of Africa I have ever heard. It's basically acoustic. But if you listen to Africa, you realize just how complicated the synchronicity, the chords are, the chord progressions and all this other stuff that's going on with the vocals. It's so complicated. The harmonizations are insane in that song. And these two do it beautifully.
Okay.
It's the best rendition I've ever heard. You've got to check this out.
You really were down the
This is an entire episode of me just telling you what you should go listen to now. And then. And I don't understand. This is like the coup de grace. I don't understand when this song or how this song got so popular, but it did. And now it's like the theme song for an entire nation.
Oh.
So you think of the UK and a song that like a popular new-ish, like last 15 years song that the people in London and Britain, that they just love. It's like a song they've adopted as their de facto national anthem. What do you think of?
Wow.
Like ours would be that Kid Rock song we listened to that one.
Right.
Ours would be that song. Who's that? You know, that guy who sings that song about America?
Billy Greenwood.
Yeah, Billy Greenwood. Yeah, that's like ours, right?
Okay.
Can you think?
I don't know. I mean, was it a Susan Boyle or something?
No.
Okay.
It's Noel Gallagher's.
Oh, Waterfall?
No.
So
Sally Can Wait.
Oh.
Don't look back in anger. Do you haven't heard the song?
I probably have, but
sip inside the eye of your mind.
Oh, right. Yes.
Let her sail away.
Really?
Sally can't wait. She knows it's too late.
Why is that their
I
song?
have no fucking clue. I don't understand. And for the longest time, I thought the song was so dumb. Like I heard a few Oasis songs.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily into them. I thought Liam Gallagher was kind of a fucknut, and he was a fucknut.
He just came out with a new album.
He did? Mm-hmm. Okay. Noel is obviously the talent behind that band, right? Mm-hmm. Liam just kind of sat there and sang his brother's songs. And they were always fighting and throwing things at each other.
Fighting.
Yeah, and they claimed they were the new Beatles. And I guess they were because they ended up being incredibly popular, at least in the UK.
Very true.
But for the first like 30 times I heard this song, I'm like, what the fuck is it? So Sally Can Wait? She says it's too late. But what? So the lyrics are so dumb, right? It's like so Sally. I didn't even understand what was being said.
Right.
But now every time I hear that song, I'm like, I get so into it. I'm like, so Sally can wait. And I don't even know what it means.
It's too late.
And when she's walking on by.
Right.
So sad to wait. So don't look back in anger.
I heard you say.
In anger. I heard you say. I have seen videos where there are thousands of people on the streets in London.
Really?
Singing this song.
All
remember
together.
when they had the bad bomb that went off at the Ariana Grande concert? That wouldn't happen when Sting was there.
No.
I'm telling you that much right now.
No,
he's also a bomb sniffing dog.
He's a bomb deflector.
He's a bomb sniffing dog, officially. He's a bomb deflector.
He has superpowers.
Yeah, he's got that bracelet around. He knows how to use that bracelet around his wrist.
Well, between the dangling necklace and the bracelet.
Just like to flex all bad juju. There's no bad energy at a Sting concert. You go there and you walk out. You go there with and you're in overdraft protection. You walk out rich because you are in the aura of Sting.
Talking about some concerts, I was just with my sister this past weekend and we were laughing because she one time, this has been a few years ago, went to a Billy Joel concert and she was pregnant at the time. She and her husband went. They had these tickets way ahead of time in advance. And so her husband went with her. She said that she the next day. She was like, I've never seen so many people, grown adults, completely just get hammered. Somebody fell off a balcony.
Wow.
Everybody was ordering.
Where were they? They were in North
They
Carolina?
were in Charlotte. Yeah.
Astrid and I.
She's like, it was wild.
People
were
experienced
pre-partying.
the same exact thing at Billy Joel.
Hours, yeah.
Astrid and I went to the concert
Old Piano
here.
Man.
The first time that the new Brave Stadium was open to anything was the first time that they opened those doors to the general public was for the Billy Joel concert. And I have never in my life seen so many irresponsible adults and parents.
Like middle-aged adults.
Like teenage children taking care of their mom.
Right.
Like their mom out there, like, showing her tits. Like, and some daughters like covering her up like, Mom. I have never seen it. And Astrid and I were making comment. I actually there's a video out there, if you can find my personal YouTube page, there's a video out there that I made. I edited together a bunch of footage that I took that night of people just completely embarrassing themselves, losing their fucking shit over Billy goddamn Joel.
I mean, he's good.
He's good, but he's not that good. He's not like drop your top good. Yeah, that's Motley Crue. Like, I get that. Saggy tits in a Motley Crue concert, I get that. Billy Joel, I don't understand. What's Piano Man?
I mean, he really he incites a party.
Marilyn Monroe. I fucking hate that song. And I used to know it backwards and forwards. We thought that was the coolest thing in 4th grade. That's not where you go to get drunk. You don't go to a Billy Joel concert, but people were just incredibly schlitzed.
Yeah.
Beforehand, afterwards, during Astrid and I actually left what we thought was going to be like one or two. Like, he left and he came back for the encore, and then he left again and he came back for another encore, and then he left a third time. And Astrid and I was like, listen, there can only be one more song, really, right? And so we left, and Kevin and everybody else said it was a 12 more songs the guy played. He was there till 4 a.m. playing every song he ever knew. And poor Billy, he's like,
big party.
He's got something weird with his eyes. His eyes are like, he's got this weird film over his eyes.
Yeah.
He's going blind or something.
I think so.
He one time said to Howard Stern, I'd never heard the interview, but I read the quote, that when I look at a piano, it looks like a shark to me. It looks like a shark. Like, I know that once I start touching it, it represents, I'll never stop. Like, it represents pain and muscle. But, he said it was like it hurt, it was something that physically could hurt him, like, because he and the piano. Yeah, he and the piano, they have a bad relationship. But that guy is constantly in the top of the top money makers live shows.
Oh yeah.
He's always touring.
I mean, I want to see it now.
That Christy Brinkley must be expensive. That ex-wife must be expensive.
I think he's got more than her.
Unbelievable.
He's
anyway,
like 5 times.
Went down the YouTube rabbit hole last night.
Yes, okay.
On the music.
Yeah.
And I just had a grand old time. And I know you probably,
fun.
half of you don't even know what half those songs are, but at least I wasn't going down the Celine Dion route, which I did one night too. I said Celine Dion to Adele to Whitney Houston. I was just like, and every one of those big ballad hits, I was like,
crying.
Whitney, why'd you have to die? But one of the other things that I had an opportunity to see last night on video was this incredible... I don't even know how to explain this, but I'm going to try. I stumbled upon a video that your husband sent me. That up until recently I didn't even know existed. Chrissy Hodley. I always thought that I was coming in here kind of flying blind, that Chrissy's experience in entertainment, television, and radio was just like mine. I'd been, she'd been on radio with me a couple times. Maybe I was a little bit more. And then I had this streaming radio station that no one ever listened to anyway, so it didn't really matter. But she was up there a few times with me. I thought that was, and I knew she was Miss Tennessee volunteer or something like that. But I had no idea that you were doing actual commercials, like long form infomercials.
Yes, I did.
When you lived in Tennessee.
I did. Yes, I was in Nashville. I was working for Comcast, which is now Xfinity, but working there, and we had to kind of, it was local cable, so you had to kind of do your own stuff, maybe voice your own commercials if you sold somebody down the street. I mean,
it's fucking Knoxville. I mean,
that was Nashville.
Was Nashville.
Was this one, but I was doing commercials in Knoxville for used car commercials. I remember specifically having to say, "Come down to this, we'll slash your prices to the bone."
Slash your prices to the bone. We have to get a hold of that commercial.
yeah,
and
I'm
we'll
gonna
do it
dig
with
that
yeah,
up.
there's lots of bad commercials out there. I have a whole stash of them that we can
Yes.
listen to. You know, I one time when the 5 seconds that I was on the radio at Clear Channel.
Right.
One time that someone got a Comcast order and they needed like 6 endorsers, endorsements from the host, from the DJ
Sure.
host. And they just happened to sell one on the station that we were on. And since there was no other live person on that radio station except for me at 2 a.m,
You had to do
they
it.
gave me the host. And I got paid, I think, like $4,000
Yeah.
to do one video and a 60-second audio commercial.
Right.
It was
the
incredible.
Talent. You were the talent.
How much money those motherfuckers were getting for these endorsements. No wonder. You don't make your money in the salary. You make it in the endorsements.
Right.
You get a free car. Someone gives you a discount on a mortgage. Whatever. That's
you
how
get
you
everything.
do it. Yeah, for sure. But no discounts here for Krissy's apartment shopping. Got to go to youtube.com/thecommercialbreak
yeah, we
and
started
check
this
one out.
yeah.
For sure. So just to let you know, we do clips every single day of the week. I'll certainly make this one a clip, but we're also going to start airing the full episode. Say airing. We're airing like we're on the TV station. Airing. We're going to start uploading the full episode videos for you to enjoy by request. A couple days after the episode airs. So if you're listening to this and then you want to go watch this, you'll be able to do so. Just go to the full episode.
No.
Just go to the full episode playlist. Oh, Krissy, yes.
Oh, no.
I've listened to this and I cannot believe this is your voice. It doesn't sound like you at all.
Yeah, well, I think I was reading, and I can do a whole other voice inflections.
Yeah.
For reading.
I can too, but it has to be so exaggerated.
Yeah.
I can't like change my regular voice to like another voice. Like, hi, I'm Chrissy Hodley.
I learned how to do that in Knoxville.
Yeah, I always had to do some dumb accent or like, wow, it's Bryan. Wow.
I'm a sexual
I'm
surrogate.
a sexual surrogate. Hi, come down to Bryan's Sexual Surrogates and Sloppy Joe shop. Get a Sloppy Joe. Get fucked. Get a Sloppy Joe. Learn how to give a hand job right here at Bryan's Sexual Surrogate and Sloppy Joe house.
You're certified.
Do you love Sloppy Joes but also give sloppy head? Come on down to Bryan Green's Sexual Surrogacy and Sloppy Joe hut.
That's a good combo.
I'll show you how to clean up those blowjobs and give you a Sloppy Joe.
It's like the pizza and Mexican
That's right.
places.
I'm the best. You'll get the best sex advice you ever had and the best Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
Having trouble getting a hard on? Come on down to Bryan's Sexual Surrogacy and Sloppy Joe hut. 50% off when you use code Sloppy Surrogate.
Sloppy surrogate.
Is your love making as sloppy as my Sloppy Joe's? Come on down to Bryan Green's Sloppy Joe and Sexual Surrogate hut.
I'm picturing like your license, your certification displayed next to the counter where you order your Sloppy Joe.
License sexual therapist number 3. There's only 2 others in the world and I'm one of them. When you make a Sloppy Joe, you want your meat to be tender, but not in bed. So come on down to Bryan Green's Sloppy Joe and Sexual Surrogate hut. Bring your wife. Bring the kids. Bring your neighbor.
Okay. I would have done your commercial for
That's
you
right.
if you had advertised with me in Nashville.
Meanwhile, this entire time, there's been a picture of an angel. Go to YouTube.com.
It was a fountain.
It's a fountain.
So should we give any context for this?
Sure, go ahead. Why not?
This was like
Sure, do something new on the show. Give context.
People, in local ad sales, people get creative. We were just discussing this earlier with different packages and things and whatever. So they came to me. They said,
Speaking of
Krissy,
packages, come on. Come on down to Bryan Green's Sloppy Joe. It's Sexual Surrogate hut. I'll give you a package you really need.
So they came to me and they said, Krissy, we want you to like go out and sell advertising to apartment complexes, like really get ingrained in the apartment community.
Speaking of getting ingrained.
Really get ingrained in the apartment community. So I joined like these apartment groups and stuff.
We've got a few groups you can join down at Sloppy Joe. Bryan, Sloppy Joe, and Sexual Surrogate. These aren't the kind of groups you're going to bring back to the apartment, though.
So I had to go out and sell these apartment complexes, and then I would put together a show, and this was a 30-minute show, and it would air over night. Really,
Yeah. Speaking of show,
it would air at weird times throughout the day.
yeah,
and,
it was like an infomercial. You basically they paid for time.
Yeah, it was a 30-minute thing. So, anyways, this is it. Now, another funny thing is I met new people. I lived in Nashville, and I remember they were like, "Your voice sounds so familiar." And finally, one of them said that they woke up one time on the couch and there was on TV doing this apartment show. So that's how they figured it out. Anyways.
One time I woke up on the couch too. Come on down to Bryan Green's Sloppy Joe and Sexual Surrogate Hut. Here's Chrissy Hodley. She'll ring you up for your Sloppy Joe and have sex with your husband. All of our chefs double as sexual surrogates. They're pounding meat literally all day.
Oh my God. You run with this. This is great.
Yeah, that's what Bryan does. He beats it into the ground. Speaking of beating it into the ground. Here's Krissy. APN, the Apartment Preview Network.
That's right. It's a preview of apartments.
The Adult Porn Network presents Chrissy Hodley in Your New Apartment. I'm here for the apartment tour. I bet you are.
Hello. Would you like to advertise?
Would you like?
Hi, welcome to Comcast Apartment Preview Network. For the next 30...
Hi.
First of all, it just doesn't. I mean, I know this is grainy footage and it's kind of hard to see, but you look like June Cleaver.
I know.
I mean, you got a full jacket on, a button-up shirt, black pants, and your hair is parted.
It's like blowing in the wind.
I know, it's blowing in the wind. You look good. But you're a little deer in the headlight. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Here, let's go back here for a minute. I want to replay this. Look at Chrissy. Woo, hey. Let's go back and let's get. I want to hear your entrance here because it's solid.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Comcast Apartment Preview Network. For the next 30 minutes, we'll be taking a look at some of the apartments in the Nashville area. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your tour.
Sit on back, grab a beverage and a sloppy
Sit back,
Joe.
relax, grab a beer and a bottle of Vaseline. Chrissy's about to walk you through some apartments. One of the places we like to do our sexual surrogacy is on apartment tours. Hey, you mind leaving us alone for a few minutes so we can look at the kitchen? Okay, now Jack, twist the nipple. It feels good. Now listen to Krissy walk through these. This is your voice? Mm-hmm. This is your voice.
Yeah.
That's insane. So let me ask you this. A few questions here.
Yes. Okay.
Is this like a professional camera setup?
It was two guys.
Speaking of two guys.
There was a camera guy and then another guy that I think was doing like a microphone thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's our chef and our fry cook pounding away at one of our clients. Her husband's crying in the corner. Her husband went to the bathroom and we gave her a sexual surrogacy course right there at booth number 3.
I hope you play the sexual surrogacy before this episode. So
I have to now, of course. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck
context.
now with the. Yeah, I have to remember that actually. Okay, so two guys.
Yeah.
Tripod, I imagine.
Yeah.
Tripod.
No, it was a hand. He had the hand.
Oh, he had a handheld.
Yeah, and
it was very steady.
He'd go get
footage.
shots,
B-roll.
B-roll of the apartments.
So
then I would voice. I do the voiceover.
So you'd go back to the station and you'd voice
right,
over.
and I had a script.
Okay, who gave you the script?
I think the camera guy. think they made it. They were like, wannabe directors type thing.
Oh, they were?
They wanted to get into video and directing.
I bet they did.
I
wonder where these guys are now.
I don't know. I need to look them
Like
up.
Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. How many times did you have to do that? Walking back and forth like that?
Walking back and forth of that?
Yeah. Like that one shot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Many times. Yeah. That's hard. It's hard to do. Yeah. Sometimes I get stuck in this place just doing one commercial. I'll be here for an hour.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it right. It's fucking obnoxious. You can never do it right when you have to do it right.
Experience the distinctive lifestyle the Cumberland Apartments has to offer. Located in the heart of Nashville, the Cumberland is reaching new heights in downtown apartment living.
The Cumberland is reaching new heights in the swingers community.
Downtown apartment living.
Downtown apartment living. You'll love it. Your car will get broken into every day. Sleep with your doors locked, windows rolled down. Nothing in your car because they're going to take it anyway. Welcome to Nashville.
For 15 diverse floor plans with one sure to fit all of your living needs. And towering 24 stories high.
Who watches this for half an hour? Who really looks for an apartment
Somebody
like
was
this?
in the market for an apartment.
You know what? But I remember these would be on in Atlanta too.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I also remember watching this one. Remember that guy Clint that I lived with, the guy who got arrested at the Masters for 30 hits of ecstasy in his sock.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So when he had left the apartment, or when he was jailed, I remembered that we had. I didn't have cable in my room, and
Right.
therefore I didn't have a TV. The TV was out in the living room, and then
Sure.
Clint had one in his bedroom. Of course, right?
He did. Yes.
So there was this TV, and I remember I was taking care of, whatever.
The dog.
Chauncey the dog. What do I call him? Chompers the dog or whatever. So I was taking care of Toonces the dog. And I remember late at night, these commercials would come on too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing the own apartment complex that I was living in on this. And I was like, wow, they make it look really nice. It is not
that nice.
really
Yes.
nice.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I can't believe that these apartment complexes would pay for this. Like,
Yeah.
who would?
Yeah,
I guess there must have
they
been
had
a return on
advertising money, but
investment.
they were, paying for the newspaper, the magazine,
apartments for rent.
Right, exactly.
They
Or
had
the
that-
websites.
Yeah, and remember they had that place you could go to, apartments whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's-
apartments.com now.
Yeah, Kimmy and I found our place.
Yeah, I
when
found
we
a place
moved
one time.
together.
Yeah.
We actually went and talked to
Me
a
too.
guy. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a consultant.
I
I should have become an apartment consultant.
so
That's what,
your life would have been so much better. Remember what? Okay, so when I lived with the Clint guy, I remember that I had to get another apartment, and so I went to one of those apartment places,
yeah.
and I walked in.
They sit down,
Yeah.
ask questions.
I walked in, and the guy says, "Listen, our couple agents are
What's
busy
your
right
budget?"
now. Come back in an hour. What's your budget? Have you ever been arrested for pedophilia?" They get you a list of 1,000 apartments, and then you'd have to whittle it down, and then they'd get first month's rent or whatever from the place.
Right.
But I remember that I came back an hour later, and he hooks me up with this girl, and he says, "You're going to be with Waleska." Her name was Waleska. Well, when I was a teenager, I had dated Waleska.
The same girls?
Same girl.
Oh.
Same chick. She was there. I hadn't seen her in years. Didn't even know her phone number. Had no idea. It's like one of those people that just comes in your life for a hot minute and then
Yeah.
leaves. Never again had I seen her
my
until
God.
then. And it turned out she was living in the same apartment complex that I was living in with Clint.
Oh.
So that night I walked on down to her house.
Hey.
I grabbed a 6-pack. She was like, "Come on by,"
Wine and
You could
cheese.
see, you could feel in this apartment
it'd be great
meeting.
to reconnect.
Man, there's like little sparks flying across the table, and she was like, "Wow,
What's your budget?
Yeah, what's your budget?"
$5,000 a month.
$17,000 a week. Can you find something for me?
I'm just giving it some money.
I guess I'll
Alaska.
Well, it doesn't have the crappy wallpaper I'm looking for, so I'll take this one for $700 a month. What's the credit score you gotta have there? 500? Will 485 do?
Can you pull some strings?
Yeah. I have a 785 credit score, but I don't want to use all of it on this apartment. Do you mind if I just use 400 on this apartment?
I'll split it up.
What? That's not how credit score works? Okay. Well, you know better than I do. You're the apartment expert. So I get to her house, Knock on the door. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
I even put on cologne.
A lost
I put
love.
Extra patchouli that day. I'm sure of it.
Extra patchouli.
I was wearing patchouli. And one time the guy manager at the restaurant that I was working at was like, dude, we getting so many complaints about that patchouli.
Right.
You got to cut that shit out. The whole restaurant smells
Oh,
like
I know.
fucking
I can't
patchouli.
stand patchouli. Oh.
We had garlic steak was one of the things we cook in an open kitchen in this fine dining restaurant.
But your
And they were,
patchouli
my
was
patchouli was
cutting
like, we can't even smell the garlic, dude.
It's cutting through this.
I had this roller. I had this stuff.
The roller.
The roller. It was a bottle of patchouli
yeah.
with a little roller. It was
The
like this big. It was
oil.
tiny. It was oil. It was pure patchouli oil. Pure 100% uncut patchouli oil. And I'll never forget. I bought this at Loose Lucy's in Charleston, this hippy dippy
yeah.
shop. Not Charleston, excuse me, Hilton Head. And Krissy, let me explain something. I had this bottle for like 52 years. I never ran out. It was like a magical bottle of patchouli that I just kept putting on, and it would never go. That's how thick it was.
Dab will
Oh,
do
I'd
ya.
go here.
Yeah,
I'd go
around
on
the
the arm.
neck.
Yeah, I'd put it on my chest. I'd put it in my underwear sometimes. I'd be like, I'm gonna smell so good to everybody. Meanwhile, like people, I was like radiation. I glowed in the dark. People were like, "Who's that hippie? Who's that guy serving us our $82 steak? Smells like shit." Okay, so I get to the front door.
Yes.
Waleska's front door. I knock on the door, and who opens it? Like a 7-year-old child.
Oh.
And I didn't know this because I hadn't known.
Right.
And she's like, oh, this is my child, Jimmy, Bimmy, whatever his name was. So then I was like, oh, okay, roll with the punches, And we sat.
I got my patchouli on.
And we Netflixed and chilled. She rented a movie, and we Netflixed and chilled. But we couldn't do anything.
Right.
Because every time we tried to do something, her 7-year-old would run out and, every 5 seconds, the 7-year-old was, she'd have to go to bed. We're trying to blah, 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 blah. So after a while, I just got drunk and walked home. I was like, it's good to see you, Waleska. Forget about the apartment. I'm good. I'm going to stay with Chauncey the dog and Clint the felon. I'm going to sleep on the floor there. Pretty comfy. I wish I would have had Krissy to tell me where to
That's
go.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, if only you tuned in.
Well, I didn't even know Nashville existed back then. My world was small.
Our units offer magnificent panoramic views of downtown Nashville from your own private balcony. Our unique community is
Private
enhanced.
balcony.
Our unique community. Listen to Krissy. She's got that first person voice. Our unique community.
Wait, it's coming back to me too. I think that's what it was. The people that came up with the scripts were the apartment people and us. It was a little bit of a collaboration.
Yeah, so you guys kind of wrote it so it sounded good.
And
yeah.
we just basically took the brochure from each place.
Yeah, I mean,
copied it.
Meanwhile, this B-roll footage is like it's like Quentin Tarantino.
I mean, look at
level.
that painting. You too
Yeah.
could have this replica.
You too
Kirkland.
can live like it's 1972. Who puts paintings like that in an apartment building?
The Cumberland.
Oh yeah, the Cumberland.
Numerous desirable amenities and custom features, such as gated access, 6 levels of underground parking, fully equipped business center, executive.
The door swings.
The door
open.
swings open. Fully equipped business center with one computer and a shitty printer that never works. State-of-the-art computer equipment, the Macintosh 1.
Exactly. Oh my god!
Oh, look at those checkered
This is like
chairs.
A conference center.
Oh my
or
God,
something.
conference
Yeah.
center. By the way, who's the? We got an important business meeting. Meet me at my apartment complex center.
This is what it all comes down to. Everything's on the line for this meeting.
I will never forget that.
Meet me at the Cumberland.
Meet me at the Cumberland in the conference center next to the business office.
I've got it reserved.
I've got it reserved. Only the finest will do. Serious negotiations. This is where Putin and that guy Vladimir Zelensky are meeting.
Yes.
Zelensky, whatever his name is. I'll never forget when I first started working in real estate. I had a guy who told me he was going to build like a 50,000 billion square foot whatever, and I didn't know shit from Shinola, and I was just starting off in the financing business, and I got really excited about this guy. I did not yet know that 92.9% of all people in real estate are full of shit,
Right.
and have no clue what they're doing. But I was learning. But I
think I
hadn't
remember
yet
you
learned.
telling me about this whole complex.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but so the guy sends me the address for the meeting, and he's like, conference room A. I literally end up in South Atlanta at an apartment complex at the leasing office. And I keep texting the guy. I'm like, hey, dude, I think I got the wrong address. Like, I'm in some apartment. He's like, no, I'm waiting on you. And I'm like, where? He's like, conference room A. And I'm like, there's not even an office building here. He's like, well, it's a leasing office because our office is being worked on.
Right,
and I'm like,
renovated.
yeah, sure. I walked in and I was like, oh, man. I tried to take it seriously, but it's just hard.
Yeah.
Conference room, fitness facility, club
That
room.
fitness facility had exactly one piece of equipment and a broken TV. Frankie B would like it. Look at that. When was this? 1990s?
No, this was
2000s?
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
And it looks this shitty, huh? This is like a senior citizens home. Do, like, young people live there? I don't know.
Things have changed.
There's a VCR next to that TV in the, executive lounge.
Yeah.
And
Technology's changed quick.
yeah, that's true. And which person in the apartment complex is using that executive lounge?
Well, executives.
Yeah.
Washer and dryer
Serious.
connections and furnished units are available.
Oh.
Ooh.
I remember one time I went apartment shopping and this music is awful. I had went apartment shopping and the lady was telling me they had furnished apartments.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really exciting because I own no furniture. And she was
a
like,
good
it's
option.
only an extra $600 a month for the, and I was like, $600 a month? You got to rent it? I thought you just like, I paid once. Like, I paid once? No?
Now it's yours.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that? Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. It's your apartment preview
Brand new
network.
apartment. You're gonna live here in our
Somebody
shitty-
died here last week.
There's been 2 murders.
Pride ourselves in providing you with superior service, offering a
yeah.
wide variety of convenient services that can't be
That was
found
the rec
anywhere else
room
in
down there.
Nashville,
Yeah,
including
that's the 3rd time they've showed the rec room in that shot. Meanwhile, they're like, we provide a myriad of convenient services. Some lady's handing a guy at the front desk an envelope. I can imagine how this really, and he's like, with a smile on his face, he's like, sure, I'll drive her to the post office myself. Meanwhile, how this really goes, don't give that shit to me.
Yeah.
Don't give that shit to me. I don't want to be responsible for your shit.
Right.
concierge assistance, valet dry cleaning,
Ooh.
valet car wash and detail, valet shoe shine,
Only available.
grocery delivery, home video.
Now,
rental.
grocery delivery
That
in
was ahead of its time.
2005 would have
Yeah.
been a big fucking deal.
That was ahead of its time.
That's right.
And then home video rentals.
Home video
Boom.
rentals right there.
Seal the deal.
Yeah, how do you
and
do
an
that?
art gallery.
An art gallery. Who doesn't want an art gallery where they're in their apartment complex? Hey, honey, what do you say we take it? We say we have a you and me night at the art gallery downstairs next to the leasing office. It's between the conference room and the gym. It's between the conference room and the exercise bike and broken television.
Replicas.
Yeah.
Famous paintings.
They're doing a series on Rembrandt lookalikes. They've got a Jackson Pollock. They got a Jackson Pollock guy down there, but it's Jackson Polaksky. It's the air conditioning repairman.
You and me take a me night.
Yeah.
Stroll on down to our art.
I've got an idea. Let's get some groceries delivered. Let's get ourselves a VHS tape. We'll cook some dinner. We'll run downstairs. We'll go in the executive lounge.
Right.
We'll take advantage of the free coffee. We'll watch the nightly news. And we'll take a jog on the, or we'll take a little spin on the
Stroll.
cycle. But there's only one, so we'll have to take turns. You can watch the broken TV while I do that. And then we'll go to the art gallery. Honey, we won't even have to leave. This is just exactly what I dreamed
It's an
of.
all-inclusive place.
All
you don't even have to
inclusive.
leave
That's
the
what I need.
resort.
Why would you? If I could get weed delivered, I'd stay here for the rest of my life. This is basically a senior citizen's home for
It takes care of
30-year-olds.
all your needs.
Yeah, and 360 panoramic views of downtown Nashville.
Right.
Oh my God, Krissy, this is too good. You are too good, and we haven't even begun to get into it, but begun to scratch the surface because. Come on
That's how
down
we
to
do.
Bryan Green, Sloppy Joe, and Sexual Surrogacy Hut. Oh, that's
Speaking
gonna
of art galleries,
snorkel cock and Bryan Green, Sloppy Joe, and Sexual Surrogacy Hut. Sergey.
You
Sergey.
keep saying Sergey.
Sergey. I think it's a Ukrainian name, Sergey.
I think so too.
Oh my God! We'll get back to this. Don't worry. There's another episode coming up.
I need to dig up the car commercials that I was in.
Please do.
Yeah.
Anything that you're in. I am desperately trying to get a hold of the 33 Willie, 33P, Rec Room video footage.
Yeah.
And I think I got a line on it. I'm just kind of waiting for it. It's got to be restored and digitized. So I'm just waiting on it. I promised. I said I'll pay. Okay, here's what you do. I want you to go to tcbpodcast.com. I want you to watch all the video. I want you to listen to all the audio right from one location, tcbpodcast.com. You can also connect with us on social media at The Commercial Break on Instagram, youtube.com/The Commercial Break. If you want to watch the videos, we have content you cannot find anywhere else there. We do clips of of every episode every day of the week. And now we are putting full episodes on YouTube. If we haven't done it now, we're doing it soon. So full episodes of The Commercial Break back on YouTube from beginning to end.
Popular demand.
By popular demand. One person texted me and I said, sure, why not?
Was it Rachel?
No, it wasn't Rachel.
Okay,
but
well,
I know
Rachel,
Rachel likes to
yes.
watch it on video, and she's upset that we only do clips now.
Yeah.
But some people, I say some people, I literally say 2 people requested. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We're here to serve, and I think
are.
it makes sense.
It
But
does.
we're going to do it a couple days after the episode airs. So if we air episode number 162 on Wednesday, we'll do 162. We'll release it on video on Friday. Okay, you got it? Makes sense? Okay, call us, text us, leave us a message. If you want to be a part of our summer games, TCB summer games are coming up. Dating games, game shows, TCB trivia. 661-237.
Treasure hunts.
Treasure hunts. Oh, that's right. 661-237-8296. 661. The word best. The number 2. Y-O-Yo. We want to hear from you. Okay, Krissy, that's all I can do from today. I love you.
I love you. And the
Best
Apartment
to
Preview Network
you.
loves you too.
Oh, the what is it?
The Apartment Preview Network.
That's right. The Apartment Porn Preview Network. Best to you.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
And best to you out there in the
Best
podcast
to you.
universe. Until next time, we always say, we do say, we must say,
Bye.
bye.